What's up guys, it's Drac, and you should all recognize this. This is my CQR kit. This is the knockoff of the Harris CQR kit. This is the like orange OJ version of the kit, and it's pretty cool. It's actually color matched very nicely, and it's ultra ergo, ultra sleek. However, it is a knockoff, and when I say it's a knockoff, I mean that the original designer of this kit was the man, the myth, the legend, Gavin Fuzzy, and you'll see that the kit is actually very different in Gavin's variant, and that is that it has a slightly different front end, it's got different attachments that go in it, it's got a different muzzle brake, and it's all Gavin Fuzzy customs up. But the pieces make more sense, I suppose. So the top rail is still the top rail, however, you have the back end being all one piece and the front end being all one piece, complete with foregrip. And I mean, Gavin is just a much better designer than the people who ripped off his idea. He's got a lot more features aesthetically. His kit is multiple pieces and multiple colors, but his is definitely designed with a built-in battery tray in the stock, and then most importantly, his is designed for the original In-Strike blue strife, and so like it's super hard at this point to find an OG blue strife. However, I have one. I dug one up from my archives, and now it is time to bring that to life. So the same way that this one is a sleeper in that it is a stock orange strife made into an orange kit, this is going to be a top tier build inside a blue strife so that we can utilize Gavin's kit properly, because if you have one that's perfectly matched to a blue strife, it would be wrong to do anything but that to it. Let's go! Alrighty guys, so you can see now that the strife has been completely gutted, and it felt really weird to gut a virgin blue elite strife because there's so few left, right? But this is going to be the beating heart of our project. So this was passed to me at End War 2017, and this is a gorgeous machined aluminum cage with Riot flywheels, and that is because this is a Hooligan Blaster Co. from Ohio Riot cage. Now these, I've heard great things about them, but ultimately it reminds me a lot of a Snicker's cage, which are my favorite cages. So let's stitch it up. Let's throw in some 2S motors. Hopefully 2S is enough. These flywheels do feel relatively light. However, I think that that's going to be a nice combination with decently high crush through this convex system. So let's go ahead, stitch this up with some motors and make something really, really special. So I wasn't actually happy with how the 2S motors were performing in this, so I ripped them out, which was convenient because this actually has slots here that you can see that you can use to push the flywheels off. The flywheels were a pretty tight fit, but instead I came in and I installed these. Now they actually don't have labels on it, but these are prototypes of the 3S Aussie motor original version, and the reason that I'm using those is because prototypes in a pilot product, like, I don't know, the whole thing is very cool, very unique, and so why not use the prototypes? What else was I going to use them in? So those have been wired up to this switch. This is a 25 amp switch, so this should be absolutely fine for these motors and the kind of 3S LiPo that we will now be hooking up to the stock. So let's go ahead and start installing these things into the strife, and then we can put the kit around it. Let's go! Alrighty guys, so I just wanted to point out that the Hooligan cage is installed. I used the Bondix stuff again to lock this translucent worker barrel in, and it comes just out enough that we'll be able to put the flash hider of our choice. Luckily, Gavin includes one, so that'll be sweet. This Hooligan Riot cage is all stitched up. It comes down and through and down here, and then back and up and out. And it comes out the back because I have every intention of utilizing the stock battery tray. Why? Because it's different and cool. Why not? Alrighty guys, so the workshop is a mess, but the CQR kit is done. Man, Gavin's kit is nice. And it lets me utilize the battery compartment to load. So let's go ahead and grab his cover here. Again, this is a much more functional kit than others have been, and we just finished up balance charging this 3S LiPo. So I will try and link to this in the description box, but this is a 1.3 or a 1300 milliamp hour, plenty of discharge rate, 3-cell LiPo for these motors. So let's go ahead, connect that like so, and this just barely fits in Gavin's kit, which is great. So these wires kind of tuck down and in like so, and then the whole thing sneaks in like that.
We can lock it down with this thumb screw. And this is just rock solid. Aesthetically, I think that it looks great. We get to do a really nice look at the hooligan kit here. But let's take a step back, grab Steven. Come on, Steven, let's go outside. Alrighty, so this is our Strife CQR kit by Gavin Fuzzy. He made the OG kit. His kit is very nice. It's currently rocking a 3S LiPo so that it can power the 3S motors inside and really just make this hooligan cage sing. Now I did it. The only thing that didn't come with the kit is this worker barrel material in here to connect to the flash hider that Gavin included, but rock solid, really clean. Love how this cinched together. The knockoff kit, you put a screw through the top. This is a full screw and hex here to tighten them into one another. Same down here, and then these two screws lock into the kit to kind of sit where normally those would situate with the little pull tabs. So it is a full mechanically sound kit, very nice, and the batteries in the stock, which for most people isn't that big of a deal, but actually gives a very nice balance to the kit. Now, these are not tactical rails on the side. Instead, a fully new aesthetic where Gavin's blended the inserts here for the Strife's almost like jaw piece here into the actual kit, which means that this whole thing is very flush, just like how the kit itself is a very smooth transition from in-strike attachment in the back here into Hera Arms CQR kit. So we've got the Gavin Fuzzy Customs logo here, CQR here, just very nice. Ergonomically, this is as nice as the knockoff, but a little bit different. The muzzle is obviously very different. It's not utilizing certain like not G36, but the H&K kit front end. Like, this is all custom Gavin work, and it's just really... So one of those whirly-birded, but this is insane performance. The hooligan cage is tight and consistent and really just throwing these, like... I can't wait to take this to an SCNC war. That's how nice it is. Now, the white on the kit is just a nice touch. It blends into the white highlight from the Stripe. So this is very sleeper-esque, in my opinion. You've got the gray here going with the gray on the stock of the kit. So that blends. The orange ties together with the barrel and these bits and these. Then he's also included his mag release, which is actually so low profile that it's flush when it's down here. And that's just another really nice feature, in my opinion. Now, we did drag Steven all the way out here, so it would be a pity if that was in vain. Here we go. That is a massive amount of headshots. In fact, I think that we just tore the head off of one of these SCNC bin darts. This is a really nice cage. I hope that I'm actually adequately powering it, but I feel like I have to be because... Poor Steven doesn't stand a chance. This thing is awesome. All right, so not too terribly much to say about that other than how incredibly aesthetically pleasing this is, how Gavin is obviously the master at making these kits because his is just way nicer than the one that you can buy on Taobao. That's all there is to it. Between the battery compartment being actually functional and opening up a lot of your weight and space here, you could use this for anything. You could use it for an afterburner, you use it for integrated LEDs, I don't care what you use it for. It's really cool that Gavin's kit is functional and aesthetically much smoother and like better printed. To be honest, like that is really nice. We could talk about the performance, but it's very clear that it's performing very well. I want to move into we're going to ease into it, guys. We're going to just slide smoothly into the fact that this is a sponsored video, which means that, yes, your boy is going to be compensated, hopefully, but a company called Trending Niche reached out and they wanted sponsored content. They wanted me to help celebrate my 500,000, the 500,000 subscriber package. These are a couple of things that they sent. This This is like a bag that has a built-in target. These don't pop in, but if you shoot here, it'll actually trap the darts inside, and it's got like dart storage on the side. So they sell a variety of novel products. They've provided me with a code, which will be in the description box below, for some of their knockoff blasters. They provided me with these things here that I can shoot, these like light foam, almost cans with different targeting point values on them. So they gave me those things, and then they also want to offer you guys free 40 packs of glow-in-the-dark darts. The first 500 people who go to their website and order a pack of these 40 darts will get them for free. However, they are going to make you pay shipping. So like, that's the old marketing trick where how do you get people in the door? You offer them something for free, but it's still a very nice gesture. Combined with the Drac code in the description box, you could get a very decent package from this website at a very reasonable price that would come with some free darts, which is very, very nice. They also said that if this video specifically got over 5,000 likes, they would double that, and they would do the first like 1,000 dart packs would be free. So that is also in and of itself pretty cool. But I want to shoot some of their stuff. I feel like I'm gonna have to get close. The hooligan cage is awesome and doing just a really good job of zipping these things down straight. However, the darts in this are inconsistent. There's a combination of AccuFakes, actual AccuStrikes, elites, and waffle tips, which means that there's no way I'm going to be able to hit a $half size circle from any reasonable range. So let's... Dang. Maybe we'll be able to. Who knows? We'll step over here to line it up, and we'll just see how we can do with this trending niche bag target box thing. I feel like we're hitting it, or we're getting very close, and they're not actually penetrating because they're slapping really hard. So obviously this is going to go in like that. We'll be very close now. So those are entering more or less. I wonder what actually holds this flap on. A very thin bit of canvas holds that on, but a pretty cool product. I was worried I was gonna knock it over. Like, this is such a powerful blaster. This is gonna be great at SE&C Wars. I can tell you right now, people are gonna wanna borrow this, and I'm probably gonna have to share it with a couple of our older members at some point, because it's just too nice to keep to myself or keep in the staging area. We did it! We did it, Reddit! So that is that. Again, this is the Gavin Fuzzy Customs, and I will link to him on Facebook below. Hooligan Sleeper Riot Cage awesome 3S turbo build extravaganza. So it's using a lot of different things from a lot of different places, which is how I just love to put together these very special projects. And overall, an aesthetically beautiful way to take an old school Strife, which at this point are very rare in the United States, and just turn it into something that anybody would be pleased to use for a round. But this is one of my favorite body kits. It's so ergonomic and so comfortable, and this is a very nice setup that emulates the Snickus cage in a lot of ways. I can't wait to put it through a chronograph and see what we're actually shooting, but it's clear that we're getting like 80, 90 foot shots flat, which means we could do 110 angled, 120 angled pretty easily. And that is plenty for your average super stock war. So a very cool build, a very fun setup, and very nerfy still. Like, even though this is based off of an AR-15 kit, you could very easily take this out to any war, because this is still very neon blue, orange tip, etc. Like, this is still very toy-like, which in today's world, you just can't be too careful. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Again, a huge thank you to Gavin for the kit, to the Hooligans for the cage, and to Trending Niche for sponsoring this video and giving you guys the opportunity to get a bunch of fun stuff and stuff at reasonable prices. So thanks all the way around, and the most important thanks does of course go to you guys. Thank you for watching my video on this build. Thank you very much for supporting my content. As always, much love. Nerf on. Drac out.